guys, how's it going? Sorry about today's daily challenge. I know I was a little bit late about it. Hopefully I'll try and keep up with them just a little bit more. Anyways, let's first of all talk about what it is. It's venture into deep space, and they say, quote unquote, while traveling into space, the monkeys lost a lot of resources. So you have to beat Space Truckin' on medium, and you start at round 10 with only 500 cash. And you get less towers, and you only get to use 2 of each tower. So that's kind of a lot of weird things for daily challenge. You'll also only get 100 lives. So there's a lot of weird things about this daily challenge. Overall, it really wasn't super duper difficult because this is probably one of the easiest maps ever. The only problem is that you actually level 10 is a little bit difficult. I don't think it's possible to get no lives lost, though I really haven't tried with attack shooters or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty ridiculously easy. Not that many people are probably going to watch this, but if you are watching this, I mean, feel free to press the like button. I definitely wouldn't mind that one. Anyways, I guess I'll go over the strategy just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to go into something that a lot of people are probably going to argue with me about. Not actually, you know what, I'm not even sure anymore. But we'll get to that in a minute. What I did was I started off with a dart monkey, and I basically got him almost 2-3 or 0-3 as fast as possible after getting my second dart monkey. And you only get 2 of each tower, so you can't just mass a bunch of each tower. You actually have to get certain towers. And one of the best towers I actually think for this map is probably just to get some of those laser guns for the Moabs. 3-0 or 3-2 Dartling guns. And those worked pretty well versus the Moabs because there's really not that much that are good versus Moabs, especially like those BFBs and stuff like that. You really only have like the Dartling guns and then the 2 Moab Maulers and then a couple other random towers that you could use. That'll do a little bit of damage. Yeah, but really it wasn't that hard, so I'm not even going to really go over the strategy that much. The next thing I'm going to go over is something sort of interesting, and that is 2012, December 21st. And a lot of people have been saying, yeah, it's the Mayan doomsday, December 21st, 2012. And then I'm like, well, what's your evidence? And then you're like, well, there's like 20 people that wrote books about it. And then I'm like, well, do these people who wrote books have any sort of information to back it up? Or is it all just stupid stuff that stupid people read and stupid people believe? And you know what? That's actually the case. Most of the time, it's that stupid people write books, which stupid people like, which then gets spread around by the stupid people, and the smart people are like, yeah, no, that's not true at all. I don't know why you'd believe that. You're stupid. And yes, that's how it goes. If you believe in the 2012, December 21st, end of the world, I feel kind of bad for you. I mean, now, if you're like 9 years old and you believe that, I could maybe understand that because you really just are not, you're just ignorant, you're uneducated, whatever. But let me explain a little bit about what it is. The Mayan calendar had to end at some point. And when they were doing the Mayan calendar, they had the short calendar and the long calendar. And the short calendar only went for like a couple months or like maybe a year or something like that, but the long calendar went on for a couple thousand years. And they didn't just decide December 21st, like, boom, that's the end of the world. They just had to end, to not keep on making years and years for their calendar, so they just eventually stopped. That's the reason why. They didn't, if they went on for 50,000 more years, would we be saying 2000, year 52,012 is the end of the world? No, we wouldn't. I mean, stupid people would, probably, but we wouldn't be saying that. That's why it pretty much makes no sense. It's just a random date that they stopped. Also, people were saying that's like when the galactic center lines up with the sun and the earth or something like that, and that's not even true at all either. If you think about it like this, first of all, the earth rotates around the sun. So no matter what, the earth is pretty much going to line up with the sun all the time in a straight line. Now, if you think about the earth and the sun and the galactic center, it's the exact same thing. Every year, they line up. If you think about just a straight line, think about the galactic center, somewhere out in the distance, and then us, and then the sun, and then us in the straight line. That happens every year because the earth goes around the sun. I mean, there might be a couple tiny differences because the sun technically does go around the galactic center. But that doesn't even matter because it takes hundreds of thousands of years to go around the galactic center, if not millions. I actually don't know the number off the top of my head. Anyways, that's pretty much the basic deal with the Mayan calendar. It just there's nothing special about it. They just decided to end on that day because they didn't feel like making anything more about it. They never said anything about a doomsday. In nothing did they ever say that, so we're just completely making that up. Also, it's a good way for people to write books. These stupid people that write books are just making money off of it. So the stupid people really aren't probably that stupid because they get lots of money off of the stupid people. So, I mean, that's a reason to write a book about doomsday. And by the way, just in case you were interested, if you will go on like Wikipedia or something like that, you can look up all the days where people were all super afraid about doomsdays and they never happened. So, I mean, there's been like 100 or like 150 like popularized doomsdays, and they've never happened. So I really doubt they're going to happen again, or really doubt there's going to be an apocalypse. There's no scientific data backed up on this. So that's all I'm going to talk about for the Mayan calendar thing. I hope you guys like me talking about this. Have a fantastic day.